Welcome to Answers the Bible Questions, ABQ. My name is Evelyn, and with me is my friend Kayode, the founder of Christ is King Publications and Ministries. ABQ is part of this ministry and is a platform raised to build the body of Christ. Now, before we go to today's topic, I would like to let you know that your questions can be featured on this show if you click the link in the description and send in your question and form of written or audio, and we would give it an opportunity of being featured in this show. Today, we're going to be looking at festivals and festivities, and that includes celebrating birthday and Christmas and other major, that we have nowadays. I'm going to be searching the scripture to see the stand of God about these ceremonies. Now, it's okay, we're going to be looking straight at birthdays, celebrating birthdays. Because Christmas is essentially the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. So let's start with birthdays. But I've seen someone told me that birthday is wrong because of what happened in the Bible when King Herod celebrated birthday. He even told me that every time birthday was celebrated in the Bible, it resulted in trouble. So why should we Christians celebrate birthday? What's the essence? It's not godly.
That is like the error of analogy, where you want to come to a conclusion by just giving examples. That is not really sound reasoning. It's like saying, because when certain walls were being built, that wall fell down and killed some people, that means you should not be building walls again. So when you talk to on bad day, you need to really appreciate what God has done in the history of the world, where war between nations and people groups was the norm. When people die very young, who cares about bad day? Bad day is like a luxury. That's the way I see it. It's like luxury, because when a mother gives birth, as it happens time and time again in world history, give birth to 10 children and only 2 survive. What you have a lot of is debt. That's what you have a lot of. You have a lot of debt. So when we begin to think of bad day, we are rejoicing and we are celebrating life. That's what we are doing when it comes to bad day. And just so you cannot say, oh, the Bible did not command it. The Bible did not command that you should eat what you ate for breakfast.
Exactly. Because some people are so hesitant about this. They will tell you, no, this is not written in the Bible. I can't read it that I should do this. So if I do it, then I've committed a sin. So what do you think about these people? And is it that everything must be written in a letter? Like you have to see it written out in the scripture before you know it's right or wrong?
The tendency to pile on and add to what is sin is human tendency. I see it as a form of establishing control over other people. So instead of saying that the Bible must say before I do it, say that because the Bible did not say it, I have freedom and liberty in that area. That is the way to think about it. Define it as freedom, define it as we can have variations in that area. And that also flows into, what do you think takes you to hellfire? What do you think? Is it when I pile on rules and rules and rules? Is that what I think will make me escape hellfire? That cuts at the core of what we think about righteousness, what we think about what makes us acceptable before God. What makes us acceptable before God is not how you can one-up the other person in how many rules you are able to obey and line up yourself with. No. It's you leaning hard on the righteousness of Christ as the only basis of your acceptance before God. So when we begin to nitpick some things and say, if I don't do this one, if I do that one, it's not in the Bible, you must not do it. What are we aiming for, sir? What are we aiming for? Are we aiming for a trophy And somebody must clap for you and give you a trophy that you are now the only righteous person in the whole of the continent. What is the aim? What is the aim of the excessive nitpicking and a maximalist thinking that says that if you don't mash up with my tiny little details of what I call Christianity, then you are not a Christian?
Mm.
Who made you the policeman of Christianity?
Christianity. At least we have this liberty, and that what makes us like free to be able to think and decide to do what we have to do. And then I think this does not mean that we should not tell our Christian brothers and sisters that it is not in the celebration of the birthday, like you said, but it is the activity, whatever you're trying to do in the celebration of the birthday, because we know why some
Do your birthday however you want to do it.
yes, you know,
Do anything. There's freedom. Do whatever you want to do.
yes, we know
Do
that.
whatever you want to do.
We know that you are allowed to do whatever you want to do. But you see, we have yes, because we know the extent to which some people will go because they want to celebrate birthday.
Go to the extent. Go to that extent.
Okay, are you saying this? Because we you know how our people who,
Go to the extent. Do whatever you want.
as long as it is not
Go to that extent. Any extent you want to go. We know God forbids sexual immorality,
mhm.
right? But we don't see a, a limit on you celebrating your birthday in the Bible. So why would I give you a limit? I can't
Because
give
we
you a
don't
limit.
hold
It's
on.
not. I can't.
There's a limit. Exactly what happened in that Herod's story because he was
God
happy
prohibits not murdering.
because
God prohibits not murdering.
no, he didn't want to murder, he didn't want to kill the intention because he was being mocked for not doing because he had already given his word that oh, ask me of anything, I will do for you. And when the daughter now asked for something
And
serious,
the person that says, "Ask me of anything, I'll do for you," is that's another issue different from bad day.
that's what I'm
It's the
saying
issue
is
of you are
that is the
thinking you are
issues,
God. It's different from bad day.
lot of issues that usually come out of celebrations, and that's why
There is
because
no issue. No issue come out of
there are
celebration. Just
issues.
celebrate anyhow. No, no.
In an attempt to celebrate anyhow, you put out Ashebi, like where I come from. You put out
Do it.
Ashebi, you
Do and
do
do it.
souvenir, you do all manner of things,
Do
and you
it.
put a lot of people into
Do it.
trouble. And we have
That is what they choose to be. They choose to be in that trouble.
have you okay, now it's even easier when it is being done by adults. And I know that even some adults have put themselves in the trouble because okay, fine, their friends are celebrating birthday and they feel that they don't match up. Oh, I don't have money, I have to do my own because I've been going about celebrating with them. So what about mine? It's well, I think what Apostle Paul was actually saying when he was saying that consider your brother, like what you do might not be wrong, but your brother, consider other people
For
that
me, oh, if you want to celebrate in the moon and you can go there,
and
go
eventually,
and go with your friend and celebrate in the moon. Enjoy yourself for your birthday.
but sincerely, I think we should still tell our people, Christians, listen to this, that yeah, the celebration of birthday is not wrong, but there are a lot of things that come with it. And like I said, it might be easier if it is an adult celebrating. Have you seen children like pupils in school when they keep coming home with gifts from their friend's birthday and they will be telling their parents that see, mommy, when I want to do my own birthday, yeah, I want to do it because I've been bringing gifts. I also
And you
have
will
a
say no now. You will say no to that child if you don't have the capacity. It's easy. Just
oh,
say no.
okay. So tell me, is Christmas Christian?
To say, for anybody to say, we know exactly when Jesus Christ was born, is not true. It's like saying you know exactly where Moses' body was buried. No, you don't.
Mhm.
You don't know where Moses' body was buried.
But we
You
could tell
don't
the
know when
season,
Jesus
right? We
Christ was
could tell
born.
the season. We could tell the season.
Does it even matter?
We
Does it
need to
even
tell the
matter?
season. It's winter. It was during winter. Yeah, I could remember the song in those days. They would tell you that I think yeah, snow or something like it was winter. Yeah, it was winter period,
How do
and
we know it's winter? How do we know it's winter?
or it was a Harmattan period.
How do we know it's Harmattan?
Because Well, maybe then in the olden days, there's a way they put their time and season, and they will tell you. Even those guys said it that when you notice that the what's it called, which tree is this, begins to
I'm
shed its
trying to
fruit,
say that
you know
at
that
the
Ramadan
basic
is near.
at the basic level,
Hmm.
nobody knows when Jesus Christ, the day Jesus Christ was born.
Okay, so back to my
At a
question.
basic level,
Back to my
we don't know the
question.
date.
Back to my question.
So, and the reason I'm starting with that
Mm-hmm.
is to lay a groundwork. I'm starting with that not as a conclusion, but as a laying of a groundwork.
Mm-hmm.
If we have a celebration
Uh-huh.
and we have a false god that says, for you to celebrate me, you must beat yourself with cane.
Mm-hmm.
That is cruelty, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's that is wrong, right? That is wrong. Now, when you have several years ago and you have the initiation, the establishment of what you will call the celebration of the birth of Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
December 25, we're celebrating the birth of Jesus. There is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
But
We are
people
not,
say it is wrong because they will tell you that on the 5th of December was initially for the celebration of the God of the Sun or the Sun God or something, and that why should we bring the birth of Christ to that same day? But I wonder why
that's a
people.
good point.
Yeah, because okay, for instance, if I used to worship an idol, if I used to be an idolater, and I dedicated maybe one of my rooms to worship the idol, and now I've accepted the gospel of Jesus Christ, and I say, okay, this room will no longer be for this idol. This is where my wall will be. This is where my altar will be erected. This is where I'll be praying. Is there anything wrong with me? Is that same
You
room
have
still
that's
for for the idol or for Jesus
you have
also?
you have brought a good point against those people that say because this day was used for something before, therefore what? I don't agree with those. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that. We're celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. It's a good thing. Look at Esther, the book of Esther.
Mm-hmm.
You have the establishment of a particular celebration in Jewish history that was not established by Moses.
Mm-hmm.
And they were marking how God rescued Jews when Mordecai came to the crosshair of somebody else, and the Jews were supposed to be annihilated, and God rescued the Jews. And they decided to be celebrating it and to be exchanging gifts and all that.
Mm-hmm.
They were exchanging gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So that became the establishment of a ritual. It was a major thing in Israel. You remember in the Old Testament, God established Passover, telling them, I rescued you
From
from Egypt.
Egypt, yeah.
He established other ceremonies
Mm-hmm.
as lessons for them, focused on how he rescued them.
Mm-hmm.
If it may be the Feast of Tabernacles, for
Yeah.
them to remember what happened in the wilderness as they were coming. So that they don't forget, it becomes like
History.
an
That's
occasion to
true.
remember.
Mm-hmm.
But look at Esther. It's a scriptural thing that we have in front of us for us to learn from,
Mm-hmm.
where people decide to, this is such a significant thing in the Jewish history that decide to begin to mark it. Remember, the book of Esther doesn't even have one mention of God there. And we have it in the Bible because by God's we have it in the scriptures. So the point I'm making is that saying that it's not in the Bible, it's not in the Bible, doesn't on its own mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
Things needs to be judged on their own merits. And there cannot be anything wrong when we say globally, let us celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Remember, Christians used to be persecuted in Rome
Mm-hmm.
until Constantine became a Christian, and that became a shift in the how widespread the adoption of Christianity from that time. And Christ, remember, is the King of Kings, is the Lord of Lords, is not a local champion in one corner. So we have over centuries ago, the decision was made for whatever reason. And remember, even Sunday too, is it not to worship the sun God?
because
It's
that is
Sunday
a
now.
serious place, and
Sunday.
somebody will
It's
tell you
about
no
Sunday's on
Saturday.
God. Monday. It's about the moon god.
They will tell you
So if
Saturday
you
is
say
actually
so,
jihad day that we should
but the
worship.
word, but the word, sorry, but the word, words themselves can have different meanings. Words can have different origins.
Mhm.
But because the word has this origin, it can begin to have a different meaning.
Mhm.
Even though there has an origin, the word has an origin, it can begin to have a different meaning at the level of even word now. We say people used to celebrate something, whatever they used to celebrate on December 25, whatever they used to celebrate. Who cares? Who even knows it? The earth is the Lord. The rotation of the earth was defined by God. All days are God's days.
Mhm.
All day, the earth is the Lord, the time is God. God is the one that put the moon in the sky, put the sun where it should be,
Mhm.
and set the course of the earth.
Mhm.
So, whatever thing that people are adopting and co opting to worship their idol is God's. Whatever thing that people have decided is because of ignorance.
Mhm.
And people in ignorance have done some things in the past. Now the light of the gospel is shining.
Shining on them.
And centuries ago, the people that were Christian before us decided that this is the day we want to celebrate Christmas.
Mhm.
So be it. So they remember the Bible said, "Do not remove the ancient landmark that your fathers have set."
Mhm.
Why should we be knocking our head against what our fathers in the faith over centuries have set,
Mhm.
over years and over centuries have set, over for nothing?
As
Because
long as they're
what
not
do we want
doing
to gain
evil,
from
they
it?
are not evil in the
They're
first
not
place.
asking us to do something bad.
Bad.
They're not asking us to do something bad.
But
Glory
people,
to
people,
Christ.
people have problems now with the activities involved. Like somebody said, "What is Santa Claus?" Somebody said, "So what's the
Of
and this
ceremony
and
and
all that?"
custom.
And that was why at a point
Yeah.
I had to like say, "Is there one hymn in the Bible like hymn? Okay, apart from what David was known to be singing. Okay, David sang the Psalms and all that, but what is carol? Carol
Yeah. Jesus
is carol
Christ.
written in the Bible? Do we have the word carol?
No.
No, but they do it now, and people will say so. We can't trace it to the Bible. We can't trace carol. We can't trace.
We decided to use the word carol to communicate something.
Yes.
The word as to serve human beings, not human beings to serve word. Just as Jesus Christ said, the Sabbath is for man, not man for
Not man
Sabbath.
for Sabbath.
Use of words has evolved over time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for just for communication. There's nothing inherently bad or evil about the use of specific words. It's
Mm-hmm.
just we use it to communicate concepts.
So, in short, we should celebrate Christmas, enjoy ourselves, and even the Boxing Day, we should celebrate it. They are
It's
even
part of
exchanging gifts. They are exchanging
rich
gifts. They are giving gifts to especially those families that are less privileged. So what's evil in that? Well, except I don't know what
and
is behind for some people. But as much as I know Christmas, and well, I don't see any reason. And like my brother here has clarified by the signs of the scripture, Christmas is to be celebrated. We accept it as a celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ, and it's wonderful to be celebrated. Jesus is Lord and is King, and it's worth celebrating. His birth it means a lot to us. Till tomorrow, it's still giving its meaning, and we can't but celebrate it. So we want to wish everyone Merry Christmas in advance, and please enjoy yourself. You are doing you are doing the right thing. It's not a bad idea to celebrate, and it's not never a bad idea to exchange gifts on Boxing Day. If that is the day set aside to give gifts to people, especially those who are less privileged, please
if you choose to.
go ahead and do it if you so desire. And I hope everyone has been blessed by this. So thank you, Kayode Crown, for the word of knowledge and for telling us what the scripture is actually saying concerning these things. We are so blessed. And thank you everyone again for joining us on this show. Please do not forget to click the description button to send in your questions so that we have them featured on this show. Bye bye.